Hello and welcome to Flow with Stories Reads Aloud. Let's see what we're reading today. Pricilla and the Pink Planet, and it's written by Hobby and Hobby. Gazing up at the sky on a very clear night, you may see a star with a curious light. Well, that star is red, to yourself you may think, but study it close. It's a planet. It's pink. Believe me, you must, that this planet is pink. Straight through from the top to the bottom, I think. And not only that, but every creature around is as pink as every pebble and stone on the ground. Every flower is pink, and so are their stems. The eggs are all pink, as are all the hens. Pink pillows, pink curtains, pink windows and doors, pink from the ceiling to the boards on the floor. Pink apples, bananas, oranges too, pink bicycles, pink rubber on the sole of your shoe, pink rivers, pink fish, pink grass and pink sky. Pink is all you can see, no matter how hard you try. Of all the colours, some think pink is the best. But poor little Pricilla, she needed a rest. She just couldn't eat one more bowl of pink porridge, so she took all her pink things and put them in storage. She packed up her bag with her toothbrush and comb and a few other things to remind her of home. Then, waving goodbye, she set off to discover somewhere on that world at least one other colour. Pricilla marched herself straight out of town when she came to the signpost that caused her to frown. "Pink, pink, pink," cried Pricilla with fright. "Pink to the left and pink to the right. Enough pink to make you stay home sick in bed." Her mind was made up. Her course had been set. She'd never stop searching, at least not just yet. So, squaring her shoulders and not looking back, she stepped off the road to make her own track. She meandered through meadows of pink fire flowers and down into canyons with pink spiring towers. She climbed into treetops and crept under hedges. She looked behind rocks and peered over ledges. She waded through swamps that had a gurgling stink. Even that muck, you guessed it, was pink. She circled and crisscrossed every square inch of the ground, but only one colour was there to be found. When finally she came to a great pink pole tree, she threw up her hands and dropped to one knee. "Please give me a signal, just show me a sign. Is there some other colour in this pink world of mine?" Suddenly, drifting as if from thin air, a creature appeared to answer her prayer. A butterfly hovered at the tip of her nose. "Oh my," gasped Pricilla. "What colours are those?" So what do you think Pricilla did next? Sat there scratching her tummy, looking perplexed? No, sir, not Pricilla, not this little girl. She was up on her feet in a back-flipping twirl, bashing through brambles, cartwheeling down ditches, pausing just once to untangle her breeches. Pricilla did soar like a ship in full sail, keeping close as she could to the butterfly's trail. Then the butterfly, who'd been travelling top speed, fluttered down for the rest on a pink cluster weed. Strange, thought Pricilla. It's one weed around, and then it was clear. This was some special ground. Fountains and flower beds and carving stone walls, trees trimmed like pyramids and shrubs round as balls. Then swoosh! Out of nowhere, and quite by surprise, a net came down right in front of her eyes. There stood a woman in a frilly long gown, with a cape and a ring and a net and a crown, and inside the net the butterfly flapped. Pricilla knew then and there the creature was trapped. Now look, little girl, just what do you think? Don't you know who I am? I'm the great Queen of Pink. This whole planet is mine, ocean and land, and unwelcome visitors are one thing I can't stand. Well, Pricilla almost ran away right on the spot, but the pink in her cheeks was growing quite hot. Miss Queen, piped Pricilla, I've travelled so far. May I at least take the butterfly home in this jar? Good gracious, no, roared the great Queen. This awful creature is positively obscene. All those colours, how gaudy, how simply passé. I made this planet pink, and that's how it will stay. Pink is the colour that I like the best, so take my advice and forget all the rest. As for this creature, it's back underground, where all the other colours are kept safe and sound. Well, Pricilla just couldn't believe what she'd heard. Hiding those colours? Good grief, how absurd! But the Queen wasn't joking, Pricilla could tell. How, thought the girl, can I break the Queen's spell? And then an idea flashed in her mind. The type of idea that was just the right kind. I agree, said Pricilla, that pink is the best, but that's hard to tell without seeing the rest. If all colours were out for the whole world to see, pink would look even pinker. Don't you agree? The Queen seemed a bit puzzled. She scratched at her chin, but then her face spread in an ear-to-ear grin. My dear little girl, why hadn't I thought of that? What would be thin if something else weren't fat? What is short without tall, big without small? What is hot without cold, after all? Of course we need colours. What would one colour be without all the others for the whole world to see? Then the Queen waved her net to the left, to the right, and sang out a spell about colours and light. Then suddenly colours started just popping out. Every which way you looked, a new colour would sprout. Pricilla gasped in amazement at the sight of green trees. A pale purple flower made her weak in the knees. The bright yellow sun and the sky, it was blue. Oh my, cried Pricilla, the world seems brand new. The Queen kissed Pricilla and patted her head. Dear child, you're right, was the last thing she said. Then, poof, she was gone, as quick as she'd come. Yet, Pricilla knew her adventure wasn't quite done. Colours, said Pricilla, there's so much to see. A world with just one. How could that be? I love all colours and all of their hues. I love all the reds, different yellows and blues. Then, bursting with joy, cartwheeling with glee, Pricilla raced home, loving all she could see. Wow, what a lovely story. It's actually one of my daughter's favourites. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed it.